If you're a young guy like me and your end goal is not fatherhood, but it's money, status, physique, then you should just quit your self improvement journey, your personal development journey. So, in this video, I'm gonna talk about fatherhood, right? Fatherhood is good and all, but it lacks the healthy part in it, the healthy sort of like, vitality in it. So, the story of my dad. He passed away recently, um, around February, right? February 4th, to be exact. Which was, but this was last year. It's not this year. 2024, February 4th. So if it's like this year, it would be like around 11 days ago, right? And he basically got this um, disease called the acute kidney. Basically, there is called the. Hold on, I gotta look at my notes real quick. So basically, my dad. It's very simple though. I'm just like he has this like common thing as like vaccines, and the vaccine basically it works by like imitating the infection to activate the body's like natural defense, right? Before my dad, it basically triggered something unexpected, an autoimmune disease. For other people, when you get the vaccines, you basically for the COVID. Remember for COVID, right? You get the vaccines and you um, need to get like multiple of them in order for you to like travel and in order for you to do like certain things and enter certain facilities, right? You have to get the vaccines. And for my dad, he got autoimmune disease as like a side effect of it. For some people, it can be different. They can be sick after the vaccine. Um, they can actually die. They can pass away. They can end their life with the vaccine after they get the vaccines, right? Because of how the dosage is, it doesn't match like our body, right? People are just giving it, all this stuff. Besides the point, so autoimmune disease. So it's basically when, if I can just like read it off my notes, the immune system, right? The immune system basically protects us from like the illness, but when it malfunctions, it can mistakenly attack the healthy cells, tissues, and organs. And then these attacks can cause like very significant damage, like weakening the functions throughout our body, and sometimes like it becomes life threatening. In my dad's case, it triggered his kidney blood vessel, like the small part. What is it called? Yeah, it's called. Here it is. It's called renal vasculitis. So you can like research about that. Renal vasculitis. RENALVASCULITIS. Yeah. Over time, his kidney, it led to failure, which he needs to rely on dialysis. Is basically like because his kidney cannot function well, so he needs to get like manual like the waste, right? It needs to be manually filtered out of the body, and that's called dialysis, to like basically survive all these things. So he needs to go to the hospital like around 2 to 3 times a week, or maybe 4, or maybe 5, or maybe every day of the whole week. It depends. And he always needs to get honey in order for him to like feel energized and all, because it's painful. You're getting your your blood basically. When you get dialysis, you basically spurt out huge volume of blood from your body, so that will weaken his body. So he needs to like regenerate his energy in order for him to like stay awake and all. By literally he like drank like honey, man. He literally brought honey there, and like he drank it and stuff, you know. And he basically he did, you know, over time he improves his condition, you know, with the stem cell that he got from the like the pelvis part, and then he put it, you know what I mean, all those stuff for the dialysis, and which is found in the bone marrow, which are known to protect the kidneys from further damage and actually recover and actually like heal, you know, so you can heal fast, you know. Just these stem cells, you can search it up, is basically they will grow, they will recover, they will make like the cells, you know, they will multiply the cells in order for you to recover like the skin cells and all of this stuff. But then after a couple of months, like let's say 9 months, out of a week before he passed away, he got this disease. Is it yeah, a disease, or like what is it? Smallpox. Is that a yeah? He got smallpox. Smallpox is basically caused by the variola virus, which spreads when you talk to people. So he came from I remember when he came back from Australia. No, his like body, his immune system is vulnerable, right? He's very weak. So when he's doing all this process, basically he's still going to work. He's still being a pilot, right? He was a pilot. He's still going out and he was still flying and going here and there, still hanging out with us as well. But his immune system was very weak. Therefore, it's more vulnerable, and it can be, his whole system is like exposed to a lot of these sickness from people and diseases and all of those around, like the environmental surrounding. So he went to Aussie, right? He went to Australia, and when he came back, he got the smallpox. So basically, when he you know, he went there, probably there's like this virus is going around with people, and people cough, and it, you know, he inhaled it and all of that, and then because the immune system is very low, then the effect can be very significant, and it can be very huge, right? Because of the something is like malfunctioning, of course, when you get some like external like factors around, your environmental factors like surrounding, that can like affects you, you know, the unwanted one. Then those unwanted one is going to like cause you a bigger effect because you are already vulnerable. If your immune system is low, that means you can protect it more. Sorry, if your immune system is high, is like basically good immune system, a very strong immune system, then you can protect your body from like being damaged greatly, significantly. So that's basically my dad's story, and a week after that, he basically passed away. Right, he went to the ICU. There was like an emergency, and he couldn't breathe. And then that's where I got called. I was like in the gym, and I would go there, and then yeah, my dad is not there anymore. Yes, it's painful. That's why I want to talk about in this video, right? That's why I value so much of fatherhood. If you don't already know, fatherhood is beautiful to me. Fatherhood is basically the act of love to the family, act of provide to the family and the community, to himself as well. Sorry, I want to just talk about what people think fatherhood is and what I think. Fatherhood is, when I see my dad, you know, I'm not a father yet myself, but when I see my dad, fatherhood is an act of a gift. Fatherhood is when you provide. Fatherhood is when you provide your family. Fatherhood is when you provide the community, the people around you. Fatherhood is when you take responsible of your loved ones and the people around you. Fatherhood is when you protect your loved ones and the people around you. Fatherhood is familyhood, having a family with children and your beautiful wife. when you have fatherhood. Fatherhood also values leader. Fatherhood embraces leadership. It leads the loved ones and it leads the whole community. Now notice how I always talk about loved ones, community, family. And I noticed that I did not talk about provide or take responsible of yourself. That's the problem. That's why I want to talk about a healthy fatherhood. Because I've seen a lot of these fathers, they are hardworking. You know, they're hardworking. They take responsible of their family. They want to provide. They're a hard worker. They want to work so that they can provide for their family. So they can pay the bills. So they can make their kids happy. So they can make their wife happy. Right? But what they lack is making themselves actually happy. Maybe you see them as happy, right? Maybe you see them as contented. But are they actually? Because if not, then they're not living the life to the fullest. If let's say I were to ask you, if let's say now you kind of, slowly think about, okay, fatherhood, fatherhood is nice. I actually pretty kind of value fatherhood. If I ask you right now, right? You're 20% into valuing fatherhood. If you were to provide and protect and take responsible of things, would you want to do all that to your loved ones and your community? Or would you rather do that to your loved ones, community, and yourself? Right? Of course, everyone will pick number 2, right? It's just obvious. You want more from what you can achieve, right? That's why a lot of fathers they're unconscious of this. Maybe they're like aware, but they don't care too much, right? Because they just want to give and serve. Yes, serving is one of the gifts that you can give basically to people. Serving is very, very beautiful, which I'm going to talk about a lot in this channel. You want to serve people. You want to serve in you want to serve people, your community, your loved ones. You want to serve God. You want to go back to God and you want to serve. And you want to serve yourself. Now, you're serving yourself that's one of the most important, because if you can serve yourself again, then you cannot serve others. So that's why being a father and having fatherhood, meaning that in my perspective, that you don't want to have fatherhood and you're unhealthy and stuff, and you still you still do the bad habits, you still drink, basically the modern fathers is experiencing that. I'm not saying, I'm not blaming them as well, probably they're raised how they're raised because of external factors. They have their community, how their friends influence them, how their family influence them. A lot of these factors, you gotta consider again. But on a broad level, if I were to say there's a 2 types of fatherhood, because based on what I see, yeah, a lot of these fathers, these fathers, their body is they have the basically dad bod, right? Dad body. Do you really think that having that dad bod, probably be a young guy yourself, thinking grow up having fatherhood, that you're gonna basically get respect from people, living your primal life, getting attraction from your wife, being respected by your colleagues, being admired by your children, and them being you as their inspiration? Perhaps yes for some fathers. Perhaps yes for some guys that are thinking, oh yeah, just being a father itself, that's already good. Yes, but what if you can maximize, right? We want more than that in life. We want to maximize our fatherhood. If we can be healthy ourselves, then why not, you know? You don't want to just provide and protect and take responsibility for people, but not ourselves. So, I see fathers around. I see my fathers, my dad's friends. And basically, most of them, they have the dad bod. And I actually tell them like face to face, like, you need to get rid of this, you know? And it actually like it's quite amazing that they actually listen to me. Because you know I have like a decent physique. But basically, yeah, they would be a bit like when I ask them like, do you want to fix your body and stuff, and you want to do this, you want to do that, and you're like, yeah, like honestly, like if they're being honest, they want to have like a attractive body, right? For them to be flexible, to be primal again, to have mobility, to get more respect, to get more attraction from the wife. Even though the wife already like seems like attracted and stuff, but he still sort of like have this like something that is incomplete, right? In his human body. And of course, from there I help him. I give him the workouts, I give him this, the food, all those stuff. And that's why I want to help you too. For young guys, if you're thinking this and you actually value fatherhood, you want to change your perspective of it, perception of it. You want to change the mindset. You want to shift it a bit so you can work towards a healthy fatherhood by being like a primal fatherhood, right? But for modern fathers, if you're a father and you're watching this, then you want to shift your mindset right now. If you have a dad bod, if you're not living the primal way, you know, like the gorilla way of like being a father, you know, the silverback. If you're not living like the silverback, but like, you know, the human way, silverback gorillas, then you need to change yourself right now. Change your body, optimize your whole body. Work out, eat way better, eat whole foods. And there. You're gonna change your body and you're good to go. Now you can gain all the fatherhood things that any human would have wanted. Because our purpose here is basically to recreate, right? For the next generation. We are basically trying to... This generation, I'm trying to help this generation to have some sort of like legacy, right? It's not like a movement or anything, but we want to leave some sort of like a legacy that the next generation can, you know, look back on us and stuff, and then get value from us. And we recreate more, recreate, have more wives and stuff. And from there, generation to generation, we will get stronger and stronger. Because, bro, the amount of people that is unhealthy these days is crazy. Not only like fathers, but just like young people, just like me. They eat like dirty food, unhealthy, and all of that. And I'm not gonna, you know, yap about all those things. But just understand that, how important it is, right? If you want to become a father, become a healthy one. Don't become a father with a dad bod. Become a primal father, right? That's why I value fatherhood so much, because of my dad. My father, he's very primal. He's like Tarzan-like. He was a gorilla as well. He was spending time in nature, eating healthy foods. It's just that the doctors, man, the vaccines and all that, which made him gone now. Which now I understand more the value of health. That's why this video is all about health. Right? I'm not sure. I think it's probably my mom. But yeah. What else should I talk about? Fatherhood is beautiful, man. Just imagine, just imagine this, right? If you visualize, you see your dad, sorry, you're your father, you see your children, you see your wife. Basically, both of you, work and stuff. Both of you have this goal in life. You see your children playing around. You wake up, you go straight away outside to nature. Basically, imagine you live in this nature place, in the mountains or in the beach or in a forest, right? And you go out with the children, and then you basically start start looking, gazing at the sun and your children's as well, to get that circadian rhythm in. You know what I mean? There's a circadian system, and you teach your sons and your daughters about it, and your wife also out there. And you expose yourself to sunlight and your kids as well, bare and naked. No, no. I'll only do those stuff when you're in a private place, right? You don't want to do it in public and stuff. But just imagine the beautiful of being a healthy father, right? Being complete as a father, of providing, protecting, being responsible with things, loving, giving just a gift, but at the same time, he's doing that for himself as well. That's you're gonna get more respect from that, right? Although yes, I talk about status and everything. We should not focus on status, but that's as a bonus, right? We want to focus on the provide. We want to focus on the human body itself. Being as a father. You want to have a complete human father body. A father human, yeah, you get me. That's basically what I want to talk about. Visualize it. Value fatherhood so much, because in this channel I'm going to talk a lot about fatherhood, of how much I value it and how much how much beauty there is in it. That's it for the video. I'll see you later.